Going to IMF. Trust me. You're sitting here and you are smiling. IMF, what are we going to say again? Somebody tested me, don't say anything about IMF. Me, I shouldn't say anything about IMF. I will say it. I will say it. You know, going into IMF is just like handing over power to NDC without a contest, straight away. Because the noise we made, and I threw my own words back when I said NDC went to IMF because of mismanagement of the party, the government, or the economy. So if NPP is going to IMF, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? So, breaking the 8 is going to be tough. You cannot use the face of those who took us to IMF to break the 8. They don't work. My message to you is simple. You cannot read my lips, and I'm not scared of anybody in the party. I will tell you the gospel truth. It's the gospel truth. Those who take you to IMF cannot, this same face cannot break the 8. In Latin it says, verbum sapienti satis est. A word to the wise is enough. I'm very, very sad today when I saw the publication that we are going to IMF. You know, that is what Mahama was praying for. He's gotten his wish. It will not be easy. It will take hard work. So we should brace ourselves that there's a task ahead of us. Therefore, it's only unity that will let us sail through this breaking the 8. Initially,
I look at options. And then, but it gets to a point where when the options are narrowing, and then you look at it, I'm a member of the IMF, I'm in this situation, okay? The money market is close to me. It's closed. They've closed it, as it were. Ghana can't go, and you can't go and borrow at a rate that you may find sensible, or anybody will find sensible. They may not even buy it. And if you're not careful, the performance of your bonds will continue to get bad, and that puts extra burden eventually on the taxpayer and the poor. You know, so really you get to a point then you have to take a decision that you know will be in the interest of the public. And I think that's exactly what has happened. So, but you don't rush. You look at other options. And if it won't work, it's when you take a decision. Fortunately, we didn't wait to get to the situation of Sri Lanka. Okay? We're not there yet. But then you need to decide, are you going to wait for Fitch and Moody's to come back? And will the situation have gotten better by the time they come back? And what happens if they give you a credit rating and it goes low? If it goes worse than B and the rest of it, what will happen? Okay, you are C, whatever, minus, what will happen? You may have run on your bonds, and what happens to your economy? And so really you take a decision, and I think the timing was right.
Mr. Speaker, the yield levy is also going to help with the fiscal consolidation effort and reduce the debt levels of our country. And that also means that we are going to see an improved economic ratings and not returning to the International Monetary Fund, which is the only solution our friends on the other side have always preferred. Why don't you go to the IMF? Go to the IMF. We have shown that we have alternatives to building the economy of this country without resorting to conditionalities that will be imposed on this country. We will not go to the IMF today. We will not go to IMF tomorrow. And we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. Mr. Speaker, looking beyond the yield levy, government is further taking steps to cushion Ghanaians against the hardship caused as a result of the twin crisis of COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. To this end, fuel prices are expected to go down by 1 cedi following the engagement between the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, the Bank of Ghana, and the Ministry of Finance. Government has also taken some haircut by cutting expenditures, discretionary expenditures up to 30%, 50% cut in fuel coupons for government appointees, imposing moratorium on importation of imported cars, among several others. Mr. Speaker, if anybody has the capacity to bring this nation back on its economic track, it is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the NPP government. Mr. Speaker, we have done it before. In 2001, when our friends took us and left Ghana in Hippic, it was former President Kufuor and the NPP government that took this country's economy and built it into a lower middle income until 2009. By the time we gave it back to them in 2017, when President Akufo-Addo came, they had taken us back to IMF. It is President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo who took us out of IMF and drilled the economy of this country consistently from 2017 to 2019 on a GDP growth of 7%. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Eric Opoku was talking about our debt. The 222 billion extra debt on your 122 billion, half of it is the liabilities you left. Financial sector bailout alone was 21.5 billion. The IPPs, the doomsday problems you left, the take or pay contract, that alone was 30 billion. The exchange rate effect is about 48 billion. We also inherited undisbursed loans. When you add all that, you are over 100 billion of the 222 billion.
But if I hear some people argue that we should go to IMF, any government that goes to IMF has failed. And we haven't failed for the good works that we have done in this country. You should applaud Ken Ofori-Atta. He's not well, but still, yesterday I heard them in war, all in the name of the country. Please.